Recorded Books and RB Digital present Dig Deep My Grave by Cheryl Honigford, narrated by Morgan Hallett. Chapter 1. June 11th, 1939. Oakhaven had been a magical place for her once, Vivian thought, as the boat sped toward the wooded shore of Geneva Lake. But that had been long ago. The towering Victorian mansion looked the same as she remembered. Beautiful, enormous, daunting. She pulled her eyes away, squinting in the bright sunlight glinting off the water. She held her wide-brimmed summer hat to her head with one hand and reached out with the other to touch the tops of the waves skimming past. The water was ice-cold, and her fingertips tingled as she pulled them toward her again. It may have been a sunny day in June, but the deep water never warmed much in southern Wisconsin, not even when summer was in full swing. She glanced sidelong at Charlie. "Nervous?" He shook his head, his dark blonde hair blowing back from his forehead. He might deny his nerves, but the way his fingers tightened around the brim of the Panama hat clutched to his chest told the real story. His other hand, resting on her waist, pulled her closer toward him on the padded bench seat. Vivian followed his narrowed gaze, first to the tidy, uniformed driver of the speedboat, then on toward the looming bulk of their destination on the far shore. Of course Charlie was nervous, she thought. He would meet her extended family for the first time today. Heck, Vivian was nervous, and she'd known them her whole life. She supposed she was nervous because she'd known them her whole life. They were an imposing bunch, and Oakhaven an imposing place. It was her mother's family's summer estate on Geneva Lake, the Newport of the West. Julia Witchell, then Julia Markham, had spent her girlhood summers here among high society, far away from the suffocating air of the city. When Julia's father died, not long after her mother, the ownership of Oakhaven had passed on to Julia's older sister, Adeline, and her husband, as did the Markham meatpacking dynasty. The success of the family meatpacking business is what had made the ownership of a sprawling Victorian summer estate possible. Oakhaven sat on 3 green acres among the likes of the Wrigleys and the Schwinns, Chicago's upper crust. There were only 31 estates sprinkled around the 20-plus mile shoreline of the lake. It was a privileged life.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?